Just want to start off by saying we're glad to be back home. Had a wonderful trip out west, three really good ball games. Appreciate Washington, Cal Poly, and Colorado State for allowing us to get out that way and play, trying to take some players back home. Had a great trip. Had the opportunity to do a lot of things with the team and show our kids a different part of the country that a lot of them have not seen. So all went smooth, all flights were great, and we came out healthy, and now we're excited to get started with a stretch of games here in December that are going to be really challenging and some great basketball games, and that starts tomorrow night with Michigan. Kim has done an outstanding job there, has really built the program and taken it to heights that they had not seen before. A Sweet 16 appearance last year, ranked in the top 10 now. So it should be a great basketball game. Going through their players, obviously Nas. Hillman is their leading scorer and rebounder, All-American candidate again. I had the privilege to coach Nas in a USA basketball event. Not only is she a fantastic player, she's an even better person. So excited for that challenge. You got another senior in Leah Brown, who's been playing very well for him. She missed a few ball games, but I think she's back to 100% right now, which is a big plus for them. And then they've got more great guards that are shooting the ball well. They distribute the basketball well. They're physical, and it's they aren't going to come in here, worried. They're coming in here with a chip on their shoulder, and I expect a great basketball game. Any questions, anyone?
Hello, Coach Doug Smith, WDRB, filling in for Tom Lane today. He wanted to ask, you have a lot of great depth on your team. How are the pieces starting to fit together?
Well, our depth has really been a benefit to us for sure. And now we're still getting to that point of trying to get more consistency, trying to figure out, who is going to be our top 8, who's going to be our top 9. Now we're going to play 10 or 11. But I'm waiting to find out who are the 7 or 8 that I know exactly what I'm going to get every single night. And that's what we've got to find out. I've got to get more consistency from some players to where then I know exactly what I'm going to get. But overall, we're playing hard. But just playing hard's not going to guarantee you success. So we've got to continue to play smart. We've got to execute. And then when someone gets their chance, I need them to make the most of it.
Does it become a challenge to break transfers of certain habits, bringing them into your system?
Well, no. I mean, it's more so getting, with the portal, it's getting players to really embrace and understand, especially here, the expectations. You go back the past 4 years, well, not counting, I guess, counting this year, we're like 127-16 in the last 5 years. Counting this year, we have some players that have transferred in that lost 15 games in one season. So now it's just trying to get them to understand the expectations, the standards, and why we've been able to do those things. You've got to be able to go from one play to the next, and then you've got to be able to adjust. If you're turning the ball over, you've got to stop doing it. And you have to know why you're doing it. If you're not making a 3, well, go to my pull-up, whatever that might be. So it's not bad habits. It's just trying to get them to understand the standards that have been set here.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about how the defense has been so good at the start of the year?
Yeah, we took a lot of pride in the preseason on getting better defensively. Just some fundamental things. And with that, our rebounding has improved. We still have to get our guards more involved in rebounding the basketball, but overall, it's been more team. Team defense is what's been working well for us, and we've got to continue to do that. We've always had good defensive teams here, but it hasn't always started off in the preseason as well, just because once we get more game film on people, I've got a wonderful staff that does a great job of breaking film down and tendencies down of players, so we become more, scout specific when it comes to our defense. But for this year, we are much better fundamentally on guarding action, instead of set plays. So we have to continue that for tomorrow because it's going to be a challenge trying to slow Nas down and the Michigan team.
How nice is it just to have the ACC Big Ten Challenge back? That wasn't something that was in the women's game last year because of the weird circumstances, but a great event and nice to have it back.
No, it sure is. I mean, there's going to be some great basketball games. I think that it starts tonight. For us, I had the opportunity to watch a few of the men's games that were on last night as well, and some really exciting high quality games. And I expect the same thing, with our women's event. So it's the nice thing about it. It's one less game you really have to schedule, and it's going to be a good game. So I'm looking forward to that. It's just like playing Kentucky each year. You know it's going to be a great game. It's just a matter of what Sunday are we going to be able to fit it in the schedule. But excited to be back playing the ACC Big Ten Challenge. I appreciate everybody. Anybody else?
Yeah, one more for you, Coach. Let's see. How about the performance of Lanay Smith? What do you think about her improvements?
Alana's really making some strides, and with her aggressiveness, both at the offensive and defensive end of the floor. And it's been fun to see her get better and more confident. And I'm still challenging her because I think she has more in her to show that day in and day out. And we are going to need her tomorrow as well. I mean, it's a ball game where she could see some significant minutes if she comes prepared to play.
You got really good play from your post players on the road trip. Liz had a couple of really nice games and then some foul trouble Sunday. Olivia, career high 6 assists on Sunday. How important is that to see them kind of continue to grow and get better as the season goes, especially when you're going against a team like Michigan tomorrow night?
Our posts are going to have to step up each night, and I've been really pleased with what we've done so far. And as you said, it's not just scoring points. Olivia really handled Colorado State's double teams extremely well, passed out of it as well as I've seen her pass, played with poise and patience. And if she can continue to do that, which I've no reason to doubt she won't, then she's only going to enhance her game. The hard thing with all of it is I joke with them is, when a friend calls you or a parent calls you after a game, the first question is always, how many points you score? O scored 5 points, I believe, on Sunday at Colorado State. But she accounted for 21. She had 6 assists, and 4 of those assists, 3 of them were three-pointers. 1 was a three-point play. So she accounted for 21 points. Said, if you can do that every night, now you might score 16 one night and have 2 assists. But if you're able to help account for 21 points, we have a chance to do some special things. And then Liz is really, I think she's getting more comfortable. If we can keep her out of foul trouble, and she knows that's really one of the only reasons I don't start her. I mean, O's been doing fantastic. I could start Liz, Emily, but Liz benefits from just watching the game for the first few minutes and then going out there as she can see the flow of the game. Because we need to keep her out of foul trouble. But really excited for her. Emily has filled in at the 4 for us a lot. She can also play the 3 with how well she shoots the basketball. So with those 3, in that 4-5 area, we've had a lot of success, and we've got to continue to get better.
One more from me, Coach.
Yeah.
What do you need to emphasize on tomorrow to make sure you get the win against Michigan?
Well, it's trying to slow Nas down, obviously, at the defensive end of the floor. Nas is going to score her 20. But what's so impressive about her is just how efficient she's been. She's not taking 20 shots. She's not going 10 for 20 to get her 20. She's 11 for 14, 11 for 15. And when you're doing that, you are getting something done. And that's one of the things that I talked to our players about, was just the efficiency that Nas has played with. So we've got to make it as difficult as we can for her to get shots. And then we've also got to be aware of where their guards are. They have some guards that are shooting the ball well from the three-point line. So it's going to take a team effort at the defensive end. And then offensively, we've got to cut our turnovers down. If we have 15 to 20 turnovers tomorrow, I'm not too excited about the outcome, because I'm not sure if we can succeed if we do that.
Coach, from Jody Dimbling on Hailey, what does she need to do to be more consistent on offense?
No, it's just, she just has to relax. She's getting good shots, and she's a good shooter. She just needs to see one go through the bucket. That's really it. I mean, she's playing hard. She competes. She's taking good shots. And I just think once she sees 1 or 2 go in, then it's everything's going to be great.
Tomorrow night, I know you've got obviously other things to worry about. The game tomorrow night, a good Michigan team. Tomorrow is your 500th game as the head coach. Do you get a chance to stop and kind of reflect on 500 games and what that means?
No, I mean, I'm just blessed and fortunate to be able to have been here for 500 games. As we've talked, I think. What are we, 390 and 109? If that record was reversed, I don't think I'd be seeing game 500. So the success here goes back to the players that have come through here, the ones that have, that believed in the same vision that we had here as a staff, and what we could turn Louisville women's basketball into. And I'm not sure really anybody really thought we could do what we've done, except for us. To take a program that had never been to a Sweet 16 to where now, I get the emails of when are we getting back to a Final Four? When are we going to win a national championship? And I think that's outstanding, because that's our goal. But in the first few years, it was just, hey, can we get to a Sweet 16? So it's fun to have been a part of it and watch the expectations of this basketball program completely change. And that's all because of the players. We have had some wonderful young ladies that have come through this program. It's year 15, and exciting now when I'm getting wedding invitations and birth announcements, and that's when you realize you're starting to get old. But and we still have a bunch of them that are playing professionally overseas. So it's been great. It really is hard to believe, because this is a profession, as we all know. To stay somewhere for 15 years is not very easy, and to have the success that we've had does not come easy. So I'm very grateful for that and blessed for it. And as I've said, I've got a wonderful, wonderful staff. Appreciate it, everybody. Thank you so much.